Good evening everybody and welcome to Apex Racing TV for round 7 to 9 of the iRacing Race Hub World GT Championship. Hello everybody, Andrew Woodhouse here with Alex Simpson and Adam Bath at the Snetterton circuit in the United Kingdom. The first time we've been here with the GT cars, and well Adam, I know this is the circuit that you enjoy, but it's had some changes over the past 10 years.
Yeah, back in 2011 they added this nice little infield section onto it, and it's now known as the Snetterton 300. First time I'm ever going to get to see any GT cars racing around here, apart from the British touring cars that we've had for the last few years. So really interested to see. From what I've been told just before we went on air, Mercedes dominated around this place, so we expect to see them being on top here and see what happens in these free races.
Alex joins us here fresh off a tumultuous race in the Racing Road Pro Series the other day. We were here for the Snetterton, of course, a couple of weeks ago, but that was a different layout. That was the 200 layout, and the 300 circuit offers more technical challenges and much longer now at nearly 5 kilometres.
Yeah, obviously the complex in the middle, you know, makes the just slows everyone down a little bit. Not quite so fast, but obviously just gives the drivers and the engineers that little bit of a technical challenge, because they've got to set the car up as well. We were talking about this after the last race. We don't actually think it genuinely gives you any more overtaking opportunities, but yeah, it does add to the challenge of the circuit.
I think what it might do, we've got the of course the Montreal hairpin, which is turn 2, Adam, and what this layout gives us, which is I think slightly better than in the 200, is it gives a long run out of the hairpin, so cutbacks are possible, and you know, battling out of the hairpin is possible too. And then after the long left-hander at turn 3, you've then got turn 4, which is quite a tight left as well.
Yeah, exit the Montreal hairpin, yeah, as you said, really good for cutbacks, and then the run through Parma and then into Agostini, the tight left-hand hairpin there, that could really give drivers a good opportunity to get an overtake done. I'm surprised we haven't seen it in the BSR TC really, because the exit of Montreal would be brilliant to set a car up in front. But then yeah, after Agostini you've got the run through Hamilton and then Oggies, and then the run onto the Bentley straight, former Rivet straight I believe, and then the usual end to the lap through Brundon, Nelson, Baumol, Coram and Murray's two ends. So yeah, the infield section does pose a few new overtaking opportunities, but for the rest of the lap I think we're going to be really seeing the overtakes done through the first sector or so.
Now this may be the one and only time that I mention it tonight, but Alex, well, let's just hope that nobody gets rogered through the bomb hole.
Yeah, quite possible I think.
It is in this field, I think, of 31 GT3s out there. We know the GT3s like the feisty racing, and yeah, there's going to be some good stuff going on out there. Qualifying looks like it's winding down. Adam, is there still anybody out there on a lap?
Just having a look for you now. It looks like for the most part everyone is done. Chaz Draycott is on a looks like they're on a lap. Lee Woodburn is going slowly, I believe. It's hard to tell whether he's on it or not, but yeah, those are the two Ferraris that we've got on the track at the moment. We'll see if they're able to improve on their time. Don't know whether they've crossed the line or not in order to set a valid lap time, because there's only 30 seconds left before we advance. So I think these guys are on an
they're just practicing, I think, aren't they? Getting some last minute training in. I imagine a few of the drivers, Alex, don't know this circuit very well, really, in terms of either layout.
No, I obviously not been on the service very long, and you know, even from my own point of view, I'd have to do some serious laps around here. Like I say, I think was it Toka 2 probably the last time I drove this circuit.
So that we're talking nearly 20 years there, aren't we? Toka 2 was, I think it came out in
98,
99, didn't it?
I might have forgotten how it goes. You know?
I think he's forgotten the circuit by now, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's safe to say.
If the cameras get lost, then yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Nico Foggy definitely not getting lost there, Adam, out there. Pole position in a quarter of a second, and that is setting a nice benchmark for everyone else.
Yeah, Nico Foggy's had a fantastic start to the season. Won the opening race at Spa, won race 2 at Phillip Island in Australia, and has got the car on pole position here for race 1 in Snetterton. in Norfolk. Second is going to be on the grid Diogo Melro with David Baker up in third position, still fighting for that BSRTC title. Unfortunately, I didn't see what happened on Thursday in Interlagos, but is he still in with a shout at the title there?
An
outside
well, maybe not really.
He had another DNF,
nightmare,
unfortunately, Adam. So yeah, he's still in for a chance of some prize money. It would take some serious DNFs on Wojciech and Stellion's side to make that happen.
Just to point out, Adam, quickly, just before you run through the grid, we've got a very, very short pace lap. It starts in Coram, so to let you know.
Yeah. All right, I'll make sure I yeah,
but
a little bit
I don't think
more
they're
pace.
going till 2 minutes, I think, are they?
Points as well to do.
Well, the points.
Oh, no, they're going now.
They're off already. We'll do the points in a bit. Baker third, McFarlane fourth, Gafencu fifth, Shield in sixth, Harrod seventh, Bibby eighth, Kaiser ninth, and Alex Everett starting in 10th. Then it's the first of the Ferraris, Matt Bunn in 11th. In 12th. Then Bart Delman 13th, Julian Janowski 14th, Kieran Roche in 15th, 16th Christian Rowe, 17th Stephen Dawson, 18th Dion Phillips, Chaz Draycott in 19th, and starting in 20th place is Chaz Draycott with starting in last is going to be Dave Crozier in 31st. Here we go, getting ready for the start. It's the two Mercs on the front row.
You got then Foggy and Melro, the ones to bring us to the green flag. Here we go. That's Snetterton for the first time ever, the World GT Championship in Norfolk, and they cast thunder into the first corner. Nick off Foggy leading in the Mercedes, Diogo Melro in second position, David Baker in third. There's a few cars running wide onto the grass through turn 1 and into the Montreal hairpin, pretty much the same profile as the famous corner in Canada, and then to this fast sweeping left, and now what might be the next overtaking opportunity into Agostini. If anybody's willing to make a move into there, Alex Everett looks like he's thinking about it in the BMW, and he goes up the inside. Look at that. He's been watching the British Touring cars, Adam, because that's exactly what goes on at that corner in that series.
Great job by Alex Everett, pretty irregular in the BMW, and that is a good position. Guys, a good overtake to get him into 9th position now as we go through the back section of the infield here, going through Oggies and now onto the Bentley straight, and Matt Bunn will be desperate to try and get that position back. He can now use the speed of the Ferrari down this back straight to try and tow back up to the rear of that BMW.
Taking the leaf out of Daniel Ricciardo's book there, Alex Everett.
Yep, sending one up the inside. Don't quite know how Danny Rick managed to get it stopped, and yeah, Everett proving it is possible.
Of course, you've got, it's nice to see all the different manufacturers up there in the top 10. Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, and then Audi, and then McLaren, then Audi. Then the other Audi of Lewis Bibby battling with the Mercedes of Jason Rowe. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. Look, it's your own Kaiser there next. And then it's Alex Everett, and then it's the Ferrari of Matt Budd.
Oh, battle for third place going into the first corner. Oh, that is very close to contact there as Ross McFarlane tried to get up the inside of Dave Baker there for a spot inside the top 3, having another little look going into turn 2, the Montreal hairpin. Notice that you get punished if you go off the track here. It is surrounded by fields and grass, so if any driver messes up here today, they can expect a bumpy ride.
They might end up a fair way off the course, Alex, as well. It's one of those circuits, a bit like Thruxton, a bit like Croft, where you end up in a random field somewhere if you go off.
Yeah, lots of runoff area, but yeah, it's all grass, so we're going to get it back very quickly.
No, and one thing as well, if you run behind David Baker's McLaren, you get slowly roasted, as Ross McFarlane is finding out at the moment as the exhaust flicks out from the back of the McLaren.
Yeah, Ross McFarlane's Mercedes will be a pulled Mercedes at the end of the race, slow roasted, as we head down the Bentley straight again. Look at the speed that he's able to get in the Merc. The McLaren doesn't seem to be able to have much of an answer there, and as we go under the bridge and into Brundle and into Nelson, the Mercedes getting ever closer, and Baker running wide on the exit.
He used to have tremendous straight line speed, the McLaren, Alex, and I mean, I guess that's the recent development that seems to have lost that.
It was nerfed a little bit with the recent BOP update, and yeah, the Audi sort of came back a little bit to how it was, but yeah, definitely from taking a look at the pro qualifiers on the Blancpain, The Merc is the car to have if you want the best all-rounder at the moment.
It's stable as the Mercedes, though, isn't it? And that's the key thing, I think, out there, as Baker's still defending, this time on the inside.
Off is Bart Daleman. He's had a spin. That's going through Corin.
And up the inside, McFarlane, he has a look at the McLaren. And Baker manages to defend that one. Gafenko had a look at Ross McFarlane as himself, and that was 5th. Gafenko having a look at 4th place, but not making it through this time, not getting close enough on the braking, as McFarlane was making his own move.
Oh, and Gafenko looking inside, into Agostini, the winner of race 3 at Phillip Island, wanting to get another strong result here, but yeah, no way through.
I think that's a good overtaking place there into Agostini. Just tight enough that you can throw one up the inside, and the straight preceding it just long enough. And that fast left-hander, it's always the case, Alex, when you've got a medium-speed corner like the one at Palmer, the cars tend to be able to follow each other fairly well, especially these GT cars.
Yeah, the GTs don't really suffer too much from aero push, so it's more about visibility. I think, you can follow as close as you can, as long as you can see.
Yeah, and often you can't here. I'm impressed by Alex Everett in the BMW, considering how we've been told that it's fairly inferior these days as the Beamer. And
well, actually, again, looking at the BOP updates, actually, it's come back into a little bit of favour. It still suffers with straight line issues, but actually, seems like it's okay.
When was the last update, by the way? Just
not really sure, to be honest.
Is it since this series has started, or?
I think when the guys registered for the series with the cars and had to pick the car, I think there was some tweaks after that.
Yeah, because it seems like the Mercedes is stronger than it was originally, and also seems like the Ferrari maybe not quite as strong as it was at the beginning of the season. But again, it depends on the corners, depends on the tracks that get put in front of you as well.
Yeah, the Ferraris seem to show their pace at different times, but the reverse grid, of course, helps. If they get to the front, they usually do a good job of staying there. But the Mercedes and other cars this race meeting seem to be doing a good job. One Ferrari that I was just having a quick eye on was Ben Gregory, who's trying to get past Maciek Sakovic going through Palmer here on lap 4 of the race. He's got the Audi of David White just behind me, and he's doing a good job at the moment, but running close behind the Team Mad Mercedes here in the early going.
It looked like he was ahead of Sakovic before, at the end of the last lap, actually, Adam, so it looks like Sakovic is the one who's actually made the position up on that time, up to 17th place for the Team Mad Mercedes, sorry.
Yeah, it looks like he's already put the pressure on then, and has got past the Ferraris. So just when I did that point about the Ferraris starting to work their way forward, it's the Mercs still showing their...
Josh Rayfield's mistake. I was just going to... and off goes the Audi of Sam Reed. As a result, I don't know if he just got a bit spooked by the car coming back onto the circuit, but ran out onto the dirt. There's a lot of dirt here at Snetterton. There's so much grass runoff area, and Reed loses a lot of places. But I was about to say Josh Rayfield, at least before that mistake, had made up 8 positions, and he was the biggest mover in the field. Yeah. However, now he's started to move down the order, and he's having all sorts of trouble there. He is just... The car is twitching all over the place, Alex. Any ideas what that might be?
Not really sure, to be honest. Just watching a replay of where Sam went off. Wide, but I don't know why.
It's Gregory. Well, I was just talking about him, and he's gone off on the exit, the final corner, and that is Murray's. Looks like he just put the power down. It was a silly error, and it could be a crucial one. He was in 17th. Now he's down the order. He's down to about 24th place now.
Can happen at this circuit, can't it? Though we've seen already that the issues the drivers can have with this layout, and like I say, a lot of dirt, dust and marbles getting thrown onto the circuit already. Those marbles, of course, are going to gather throughout this race meeting. The track does not get cleaned between the sessions, so we'll see the build-up of detritus. And David Baker's been treated a bit like detritus by the 2 Mercedes. Adam, he's just been discarded from that battle, and he's 3.8 seconds behind them now.
He's done all right, Dave Baker, in this one. He's just got a little bit of space between himself and Ross McFarlane in 4th position. However, the speed of that Mercedes just means that Baker cannot rest too easy here as they go through Coram. We are just about to approach the halfway mark in this one, so there's still a bit of time to go for the likes of McFarlane, Gafencu, and the other McLaren of Pete Harrod to maybe spring an attack. But for now, Baker sitting relatively easy in third place. We'll see if he's able to hold on to it for the second half.
Alex, for anybody who might be new to Apex Racing TV or new to GT racing in general, you talk about BOP and how it affects the cars. Why is the Mercedes now the car to have?
Yeah, so we're talking about the balance of performance basically, and that's iRacing basically tweaking the car's performance on track just to try and get them as close as even throughout a season as possible. So some cars might be slightly quicker on a straight line, some will have you know, a little bit more downforce, some will you know, just be generally kinder on the tyres, so they get nerfed a little bit. Some will be quite good on fuel, so you know, they'll try and make it a little bit more thirsty, things like that. So there's lots of different things that they tweak to try and get it there. They don't make them all the same physics because it's just not how the cars drive, but yeah, they do. Yeah, they do tweak it. So you will go to some tracks, like if we were at Monza, for example, the McLaren would definitely be the advantage there. It's so fast.
Great battle here between three Ferraris. It is Josh Rayfield, Ben Gregory and Chaz Draycott here, all scrapping over 23rd, 24th and 25th as they go into Woggies here. Gregory trying to get some positions back after spinning on the exit. Oh, Rayfield still got a handful.
That car is not handling as Josh Rayfield would like it, and almost has had a set to with the barrier on more than one occasion. But Rayfield for limit squad ahead of Ben Gregory in the Fitzstye car, and behind them Chaz Draycott, the limit squad. I believe he's the team principal of this team, but two Club Series drivers, Adam, back in the day, Ben Gregory and Chaz Draycott. Yeah,
Gregory did pretty well in that one from memory as well. Chaz Draycott got the occasional win too, as Josh Rayfield goes way too deep into Maurice the final corner, and this could give Gregory a golden opportunity to get a position.
Draycott's making an advance as well. Where's he going to go though? Where's Chaz going to decide to put his car? Looks like Gregory didn't get the run on Rayfield. I wonder if Rayfield's just running the rear. Oh, Draycott's trying round the outside at Riches, and well, doesn't get any richer for that. Slightly poorer, in fact. And do you reckon, Alex, that maybe Rayfield might be running a really low rear wing or something, because really suffering with the rear end?
Yeah, it could be. It does look like it's twitching away a lot, so yeah, it could be what he's done.
Because it looked like it was able to hold off Gregory very comfortably on the straight, despite having a poor exit from the final corner.
Yeah, makes sense.
Lap 7 then here of this 20-minute race. We've had about 12 minutes.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, just under 8 minutes to go here. A nice battle between Stuart McFadden and the team mad number 8. That is Maciek Sakovic. McFadden's Ferrari seems to want to go forward, and he really has been pressuring Sakovic in the last few laps. This has been over 16th and 17th place. Just as we go to it, though, it looks like McFadden may have made a small mistake and lost a few tenths, but he has been really pressuring Sakovic the last few laps.
Yeah, not a great qualifying for the Scotsman, Adam, but he is moving forward, and Sakovic been wanting to tap into some of that speed, which made him a Club Series champion. Of course, similar organisers to this, isn't it? The Club Series in the World GT Championship.
Yeah, we've got the likes of Bun. Oh, spin for our man who was in 5th position, Richard Gafencu. This is on the exit of Palmer. Did he put 2 wheels onto the grass? He did. And going into... Oh, and he gets ploughed into by one of the McLarens. That's Pete Harrod. And so Pete Harrod with damage. Gafencu looks like he gets away, apart from that hit from Harrod. Okay. And now Harrod's got a problem. He's trundling round. He's off the track, and looks like a problem for the McLaren.
Yeah, big problem. I think it was quite a hard hit.
So he nearly saved that, didn't he?
Yeah.
It just looked like
Right
this one
on
of
the
those slow motion slides, spins, and it looked like he was about to collect it, and yeah, poof.
Harrod's having all sorts of problems trying to keep that McLaren on the track, and he can come in and get a fast repair, Adam. I think it might be worth him doing that, because he's only in about, what is he? I think he's 17th at the minute, so he could come in, take his fast repair, and still come out ahead of some cars.
Good news for him is it is a very, very short pit lane here, and if you're getting just a fast repair, you don't need to stop for too long, you just need to stop and go. But as he goes into the bomb hole, he is really, really suffering to try and get this car back. It's a bit like the Ferrari that we drove in the Le Mans 24 Hours. Oh, good luck trying to turn through Cora, mate. That is one long corner indeed.
And he's trying to stay out of the racing line as well. He can turn left easily enough through Murray's. But and he's got to pull into the pits here, surely. Yes, take the fast repair and come out in a better position. Well, not in a better position, but in maybe a chance at 25th, 26th place. Although those guys are coming past already, so that's how much time Pete Harrod lost. And he was, as you say, in the top 10 before his crash, but still come out, still finish on the lead lap.
Like he might beat Lee Woodburn out. Woodburn hasn't pitted yet during this race, but yeah, I don't know what happened to Lee there, but Dion Phillips, who has pitted, yeah, Pete Harrod will be comfortably ahead. Harrod now in 28th position after that pit stop.
Well, he's not that far behind Dave Crozier, actually, so he still might be able to gain a place. He can see Dave Crozier, and he can also potentially see Scott Malcolm, so I have a chance here. Sam Reed trying to make some progress. Oh, and somebody's off as well. The Club 73.
Clinton Bell.
Ferrari, Clinton Bell.
He went so far off that he moved up the timing screen. He went off at Agostini, put two wheels on the grass again. Seems to be a regular occurrence here. Yeah. And went into the wall as well. The runoff area at Agostini wasn't long enough for him to slow down, so has picked up a little bit of damage there. Don't know if it will affect him too much.
Kaz Draycott making major gains on Ben Gregory. Is he going to switch to the inside as they go into Brundle? No, he doesn't. Gregory goes deep. Oh, and there's a car off. It's a Mercedes. It's Jason Rowe. The Team Mad car around. He was in 19th position. Now he's not.
Oh, that was unlucky. It was none of his doing either. It was a car 25 Matt Keeber. Keeber went into Nelson with quite a lot of speed. Had to vault the curb because he wasn't going to slow the car down in time. And poor Jason Rowe was an innocent bystander in that.
Yeah, and Keeber now under pressure from Gregory, going over the start-finish line into Riches then. And Gregory around the outside into Riches. That's a good move. And Ben Gregory is up now into 19th place. These Ferraris, Alex, they're having a lot of fun back at the rear of the field.
Yeah, they are. While you were watching that, we were focusing very quickly on Baker and McFarlane as they got very, very close, closest I've ever seen McFarlane. Unfortunately, dropped back a little bit again now. So, but yeah, good to see that even though the Ferraris can't quite compete at the front at the minute, they're having a lot of fun out there.
Oh yeah, Matt Bunn's trying his best to get near the front. He's in 8th place. He's the highest car for the Scuderia. Ahead of Julian Janowski. Actually, he's moved up from 14th place. Adam having a pretty good run here, the Bulgarian.
Yeah, him and Christian Rose have done a fantastic job of working their way through the field on a track which isn't wide at all. 5 positions gained for Janowski, as you've been saying, and 6 positions gained for Christian Rose. Both of them sitting nicely inside the top 10 there with just under 2.5 minutes to go.
Biggest mover at the moment actually is Matt Keeber, 28th to 19th, and he's now moved himself into the grass and out of the top 20. And the commentator's curse continues at a pace, Alex.
Yep, nailed that one. So what was that? About a 0.5 second delay?
Yeah, it was not a long time. And we know the stream doesn't go out live, so you can't be watching it and get excited. So, yeah, definitely not. Oh, Stephen Dawson and Maciej Sakovic over 14th place with just about 2 laps to go here at Snetterton circuit.
And Newman and Gafenko as well.
Oh, Bunn and...
that's just in front of this, yeah.
Bunn and Janowski as well. That is really close as well. The Ferrari suffering late on here with the the Kraken liveried Mercedes there of Janowski. Well, hopefully Bunn doesn't get drowned. Oh, he nearly is as he slides his way through Hamilton.
Unleashed the Kraken. Well, it's been unleashed on Matt Bunn. It's Mercedes versus Ferrari. And how many times have we said that this year? And how many times have we seen that Ferrari have made the mistake? And it's Mercedes into the lead. Of that battle anyway. And into Brundle goes Janowski. Bunn looks like he's suffering now with the car. He might lose out to his teammate here. As Nico Foggy coming round to start what will probably be the final lap, Adam.
Yeah, it will be the final lap of the race. Here the line he goes with just 40 seconds to go. 3.5 second lead over Diogo Melro. As that Ferrari battle continues going through Murray to start the last lap. Who's just behind that? It is, Gafenku, who has got that damage to the rear of the car. And quite a bit of damage actually to the front and the rear of Richard Gafenku. So he has been in the walls in this race. Pete Newman just behind in the Audi. I think that is the highest Audi in this field. So not too many of them in the field here today. As here comes Christian Rose on Bunt.
Andy Shield, 5th place, doing a good job. Close. But it's been a great performance by Nico Foggy so far. I mean, just serene progress. Didn't really ever get a challenge from Diogo Melro. That means that the Scotsman on his way. Going to be a well-deserved victory. He's going up the Revit straight now, and Alex, well, only the last sector to go for him.
Yeah, let's just jump on with him just for the final few corners. He hasn't had a great deal of airtime, I have to say.
Oh,
and
he got some air there.
Yeah, that's what I say. He got some air there.
It'll be his 3rd win in as many race meetings here, Nico Foggy. He won race 1 at Spa, he won race 2 at Phillip Island. He's going to get race 1 here at Snetterton as long as he gets through Murray's without incident.
Strong here, Foggy. Looking strong for the World GT Championship title. And across the line he goes then to win round 7 of the season. Nico Foggy for Northern Lights Racing. Comes across and takes the win. Diogo Melro, he'll be ecstatic with 2nd place. You can see it, he's flashing his lights. David Baker completes the podium in the McLaren. Excellent work to finish 3rd, and great defending over Ross McFarlane. Matt Bunn, well, he recovered in the end, finishing 9th place. Christian Rose could just hang on, Adam, for the top 10.
Over line they go, just holding back Richard Gafenku. Diogo Melro finishing
high.
Oh,
Draycott just makes contact with Gregory, I think it was, on the final lap of the race.
I mean, yeah.
Well, someone just got bombed at the bomb hole. Hole in one.
Gregory opened. It looked like I don't know how I can follow that. To be fair, this is I can't even keep a straight face saying the following sentence now. Gregory opened the door, Alex, and Draycott went up the inside and just understeered into him, and he's off. It's dirty. Oh God, it's a dirty part of the track. I was going to say. It is. There's debris and marbles and things on the inside of that corner, and it can't be easy to keep the tight line through there.
No, not at all. Yeah, unfortunate for Gregory, he'd had a pretty reasonable race up until that point.
He hadn't hit anyone or anything, so he done very well. And unfortunately, it's only going to be 24th for him. However, it looks like the reverse grid is going to play into his hands quite nicely. Any drivers who caught your eye, Adam?
We talked about the biggest movers. Josh Rayfield, 8 positions gained, finishing in 21st place. That could be a really good position to be in when it comes to the reverse grid. But yeah, a good result by Nico Foggy to get the win there. Good performance. Only for the finishing order then. Nico Foggy takes his 3rd win of the season, and that is a win every single race meeting so far. Diogo Melro finishing in 2nd in the Benfica liveried car. That's higher than where Benfica are in the current Primera Liga table. 3rd is Dave Baker with Ross McFarlane 4th, Andy Shield in 5th, 6th Sharon Kaiser, 7th Alex Everett, 8th Julian Janowski, and then the 2 Ferraris of Matt Bunn and Christian Rose. Richard Gafenku finishing in 11th. problem for him earlier on when he had that half spin going through Palmer's and got clouted by Pete Harrod. Pete Newman in 12th, Kieran Roche in 13th place, quiet race for him, with Maciek Sakovic in 14th, 15th for Stephen Dawson and the other Ferrari of Stuart McFadden in 16th, Bibby in 17th, Chaz Draycott finishing in 18th place with David White in 19th, and rounding out the top 20 it is Sam Reed. Two more Ferraris follow. Josh Rayfield in 21st, rookie licence for him there, notice. 22nd for Clinton Bell. Then Jason Rowe had that spin after getting hit by the Ferrari, finishing in 23rd. Ben Gregory 24th for that late drama there at the bomb hole. 25th for Scott Malcolm. Dave Crozier in 26th. 27th for Pete Harrod. That damage and that fast repair resulted in him finishing in 17th place. Matt Keever 28th, and then the cars that had to make visits to the pits and that were out of the race as well during the proceedings. Dion Phillips finishing in 29th, Lee Woodburn finishing 3 laps down, and Bart Daleman had something wrong with the car. Notice he was off a quorum very early on indeed. He finished in 31st place, 11 laps down in the end.
Very much for that, Adam. Good first race at Snetterton. A lot of excitement going on out there, and well, Alex is going to provide more excitement for some of the drivers now, because he's going to decide. Well, he's not going to decide. The wheel's going to decide who's going to be on pole. Alex is the man with the plan. He's the one who's going to press the button.
Give it a spin.
Tell us where everyone's going to end up.
Reasonable spin. We missed 32nd, have we? Just. And we're going to end up on 24th.
24th is Ben Gregory.
Oh, well, there you go. You can pay me later, Ben. Thanks.
I think he'll be happy. I think he'll be paying Chaz Draycott as well, to be honest. Because Chaz just punted him onto pole position. So, yeah, I think he'll be fairly happy with that. All right, well, 2 more races to go tonight then in the Race Hub World GT Championship. You can see them just after this break here on Apex Racing TV. Stay with us.
I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given. But honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living. But we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
in the outside contact, mate. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's gonna be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given. But honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living. But we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the Race Hub World GT Championship here on iRacing, here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse with Alex Simpson and Adam Bath. And Adam, Snetterton circuit, the 300 layout, first time we've been on this circuit here on iRacing, and that was a great race, wasn't it, the first one?
Really enjoyed that first race, yeah. Saw how good Nicole Foggy was. Now we're going to get to see how good the Ferrari is. It's starting on the pole position with Ben Gregory up there, Jason Rowe starting in second. Two cars that had their fair share of bits off the track and on the track here in race 1. So we'll see what they're able to do now. They're at the front of the pack here for race 2, and it's a Mercedes and a Ferrari on the front row. So we'll see who will be on top here in the second race.
Well, in the Brazilian Grand Prix yesterday, it was Ferrari that made the better start. But with the rolling start, well, it's going to be easier for Ben Gregory to control the pace. I think Gregory's the kind of driver, Adam, who, when he gets out in front and he's not distracted by other cars, I think can be very, very quick indeed. Yeah,
definitely. And unfortunately, in race 1, things got curtailed a little bit at the end, especially when Chaz Draycott decided to have a go at the inside into the bomb hole. So now that he's got a clear road in front of him, we'll see what he's able to do. Of course, he'll be in control of the start, running through the top 10 quickly as they're going through Coram now. Gregory on the pole, Rowe second, Bell third, Josh Rayfield in fourth, then Sam Reed fifth, Dave White sixth, Charles Drake got 7th, Lewis Bibby 8th, McFadden 9th,
Gregory's not in position, Adam. Sorry, he was just dawdling around, wasn't he? And one of the Ferraris really tried to get the jump on the start. Gregory held them to the green flag. It worked well for him, didn't work so well for some of the others as they go into riches, and one of the Audis has been hit already. And I think that was David White that is in the grass and out of the race, and it was the Limit Squad Ferrari. I think it's Draycott that's gone in too hot, and David White will not be pleased with that at all. I think Chaz Draycott might actually be waiting for David White, Adam, which is good sportsmanship if that's the case.
Yeah, that's pretty chivalrous from him there. They're both at the back of the field now, 29th and 30th, and then it's everyone jostling for position here going into Agostini. It's Ferrari versus Audi here. It's McFadden. And off goes Sam Reed. And he nearly goes back into the middle of the field sideways, and everyone all still scrambling to find their own bit of track here as we go into Hamilton. Now into Oggies. Up the inside there goes the Ferrari on the BMW. That is Alex Everett getting passed by Matt Bunn there. And here comes the Audi as well. That is Pete Newman going up the inside of the Beamer as well as we go into Williams.
Well, that's a good start, isn't it, from... That's a great start from Alex Everett, isn't it? He started 18th on the grid.
6 positions gained, yeah. Now that might have happened as a result of that little bit of backing up at the field as he tries to go around the outside of Pete Newman here, going into Nelson. He's going to almost hit that sausage curve there on the inside, and Pete Newman's just going to hold on. But yeah, fantastic start by Everett, and 6 positions gained. He currently sits in 12th place.
Well, he's going to utilise Brundle well there, around the outside, but he wasn't to be defeated. Was
oh dear,
Ishiel. So Pete Newman.
Janowski's been turned in a Corum. He collided with the Mercedes of Kaiser, I think it was. And looks like Janowski's day is just taking a bit of a downward turn.
I think
here.
that's broken. Is that broken suspension for Janowski as well? It looks like he's okay. He could come into the pits for a fast repair if needs be, and he decides not to. David White, however, is in the pits, so it was a nice gesture from Chaz Draycott to wait for him. But
oh dear.
Nevertheless, it's not helped either of them.
Kicking off again between Alex Everett and Pete Newman. It looks like that Everett has been the one that lost out there because a few other cars have got by, the likes of Shield and Baker and Kieran Roche as well.
Newman's on the warpath, Adam. He's going to try and go up the inside into Agostini on the Audi of number 89, Kieran Roche. Through, so that's a good move there. And also the McLaren trying to come through as well. Baker, he does come through, so car number 6, David Baker, finished third in the first race, already 8 positions gained from him. Richard Gefenku's trying to make some good progress as well in the Mercedes. He's behind the Ferrari of Matt Bunn. And the other Ferrari, Josh Rayfield, she's already got some damage to the rear. We can see, as we can see there.
Don't know, that might have happened in the first corner on the opening lap of the race. Oh, it's going to get more here
in a minute.
if Bunner goes into the back of him. This is the Ferrari versus Mercedes battle going on here. That's what we saw in qualifying at Brazil.
Very close between the front runners from the first race, isn't it? They're all in that big pack there. Foggy, Rose, Melrose, McFarlane, Everett, Shield, they're all in that group, and they sort of just can't really get past each other, which I think happens quite a lot. Alex, are you back, mate?
Yeah, I'm back.
So, trying to sort some stuff behind the scenes there, mate. So,
yeah, all good already. So, yeah, enjoying the start of this one so far.
Sorry, that was
that's Shield.
That's Rayfield.
Okay.
All over the shop again. But Gefenku managed to go around the outside in Riches, which is a good job there. And it looks like Rayfield's going to be under a bit of pressure from the Audi of Newman. Going into Palmer.
Good battle hit.
Through goes Newman, that's nicely done. And also the McLaren of Baker.
Side by side between Bell and Sakovic going for Agostini here. This is over 5th and 6th position. It looks like the Mercedes has got it done, so that is Sakovic through now into 5th place.
Clinton Bell's dropped down the order somewhat in this race. Stuart McFadden's up to 4th as well. That's from that's 3rd for Stuart McFadden now.
Oh dear, Everett's been hit.
Grid.
Alex Everett's getting hit even more, and it's just going to cause even more issues.
Oh, and Roach has been stopped in his tracks, literally.
Everyone really had to check up there going through Oggies, and it's just backed everyone up even more. It was just Everett getting hit, and he was sideways in the middle of the track, and everyone had to check up really. And now Bart Daleman and Christian Rose are going at it over 21st and 20th place here. Daleman, who had issues earlier on, 9 positions gained for Bart in this one, so he's done a good job going through the field.
Yeah, and he is just behind. He's behind the 24 of Christian Rose, and the 21 is Pete Harrod in front of him. The Mercedes are going at it now, Alex, and it's McFarlane and it's Melrose.
While that's going on, sorry, I was just watching Bibby trying to get around McFarlane.
Gefenku's off now in the fields.
Rose just ahead of them.
Well, Gefenku's off. Oh, God, he's well off, isn't he?
And Bunn dropping down the order as well.
Oh yeah, Bunn's off in Montreal. Now that's funny because they were both battling each other when he went off.
Wow, Gefenku ended up in another county, I think.
He's off in Ipswich, I reckon.
He went so far off the track. He's about 200 yards off to the left somewhere.
And then
back
Bunn,
on eventually.
He was battling with Bunn, and then Bunn went and had his own little spin at Montreal.
Bunn trying to go through on the Mercedes of Daleman into Hamilton. He's done it, but Oggies is next. Bash! He's just hit back Daleman.
Bunn hit down the order as well. He's now down to 23rd place.
Oh dear.
There's the Ferrari there of Matt Keever. There's an awful exit onto the Bentley straight, and that's going to be should be an easy position for Matt Bunn if he gets the speed down the straight.
And Newman just having exchanging positions as well.
Oh, and McFarlane's just got past Rayfield, and he just got past before Nelson, Adam, and that means that now the rest of them have to stay behind the Ferrari through Coram.
Yeah, you can see Diogo Noro there, the runner-up in race one, trying to get past the limit squad Ferrari here, which makes a right mess of Murray's, and that is going to be the run onto the front
as well, guys. This is for third.
Oh, so
turn one.
Who's looking for the middle? Look, Bibby and McFadden. Yeah, Bibby's through. So, oh, he's going to run into him. He's going to run into Jason Rowe. Lewis Bibby from far too far back. I don't think he was intending to make an overtake. If he was, I wouldn't be happy if I was Jason Rowe, to be honest.
Through Palmer.
That's my smash and grab, isn't it? The driver will call that a nudge and a nudge and run.
I think that was a miss. That was a missed braking point, and here comes McFadden. Oh, McFadden's going to go through.
Oh, where's he going?
Oh, Jason Rowe. Oh, Jason Rowe's gone.
He lit them up on the exit.
Defense, and then McFadden hits Bibby.
Oh, the inside spot. He's the cutback.
Surely.
Dalton the dummy.
Oh, look at this.
That was brilliant.
Very good driving. It's not often someone. It's not often someone sort of has a go like that at Lewis Bibby. He's usually the one on the attack. But brilliant driving, really. After the first mistake from Bibby, he's managed to put on an absolute clinic there. McFadden is quick, so we'll see what he can do in the Ferrari. About the Audi that goes a little wide through Nelson. It seems to just wash out slightly through the bomb hole now. Great corner, that just dips. The camber's quite nice. Pulls you round. And then Coram, the really long right-hander.
Dawson and Baker side by side.
Oh yeah, that is a good battle there, and that is Baker through, just about. And that's going to be an awful exit there for the Ferrari. It's going to open him up to attack from Shield, but then he lights up the rears on the exit of the final corner, and now he's open to attack from, who's that behind? That is
his teammate.
His teammate, yeah. Pete
Newman.
Three wide.
The Audi McFarlane and the Mercedes McFarlane is interested in proceedings as well. Look at this. What's McFarlane going to do? Is he going to go right to the inside of Montreal? He hits the Audi and he hits the Ferrari. And McFarlane makes a critical error. Big mistake by McFarlane. Massive misjudgment. And that results in a bowling alley down at the hairpin, Alex.
Yeah, not great. I bet he got that wrong and he realised, oh, I wish I hadn't have done this, as he knew he was going to go ploughing in there.
I can't believe you've done this.
Did the Audi just drift across to the right, though? Slightly, only slightly. It was always a bit. It was always a little optimistic from McFarlane, wasn't it? But I wonder if Andy Shield, there was a slight movement to the right, Adam, on the braking.
Hard to tell from what I could look at. I wonder what the stewards will do. There's been a crash, by the way, for Clinton Bell. He was in 4th place. Up the inside went the Merc of Maciej Sakovic going into Palmer, and the Ferrari in the end couldn't do anything about it. Hit the Armco barrier as well, so Bell is now down to 12th position.
Newman trying to go through in Brundle. Can't do it, and he's going to come under pressure from the Ferrari of Rose. Out of there, and Gafenku's got past Dowman on this lap, so that's 2 Mercedes battling. Look at this between. Wow, so it's Rowe, Reed, Baker, Melrose, and Foggy, Alex, and that is it's officially a gaggle, I think.
That's quite a train there, isn't it? So.
Oh, he hits the McLaren as we go through the first corner there, Diogo Noro. And now here comes the Audi trying to get past Jason Rowe.
Oh, Baker had to defend for all he's worth.
Oh, contact.
And
more
that's
contact.
A bit of contact between Reed and Rowe. And that kind of put the Audi wide, and it also put the Mercedes out of joint a little bit.
Pete Newman spun before we even get to Montreal. What's happened here? Oh dear, it doesn't look too pretty looking back on the replay.
I will point out as well that I think the hairpin, I think they've renamed it Wilson, haven't they? Which I think is a bit of an oversight on our part. I think they've named it after Justin Wilson, I believe. So it is a nice touch. We'll never forget Alex Justin Wilson, will we?
No, not at all. Tragic. And just watching that replay, Adam, that you were talking about as well. So,
Bit the Ferrari, yeah.
Sad times.
Wonder if we'll see any Pete Harrod saves. Pete Harrod saves that we saw at Phillip Island last week.
That was outstanding, wasn't it? Brilliant. I look at this now. Into Brundle. Baker's thinking about the outside line through Brundle, which is going to give the inside for Nelson.
Oh,
and he has to slow down dramatically, but he's through.
Oh,
and Melrose.
Oh, and Melrose somehow doesn't go off at the bomb hole, but now this opens him up to attack from Foggy, who's up the inside going through Coram, and now we're going on our way into Murray's. This could be where things get pretty interesting indeed, as round the outside goes the Team Mad car, and up the inside. That's fantastic, Sharon Kaiser.
That's brilliant from the Dutchman. Into Murray's Bend, fantastic. And I've got to point out as well, Rowe and Melrose really had a big incident.
I know. That was pretty close. Right then.
Oh, Baker's made a mistake at Wilson.
Now here comes Diogo Melrose. Going to go around the outside into Palmer's here. Watch out for everyone else, because they're going to be coming here. They carry on. This is just going to slow them down so much. They're going wheel to wheel going through Palmer, and I think they're going to do the same going into Agostini.
And the McLaren's got the high ground, but the Benfica car trying to go on the outside.
Oh,
it crashed.
Stuck together.
He's crashed into him as if he was FC Porto. And
that is Jason Rowe has collided with Melrose.
Oh dear. Rowe
and
is
poor
me.
Baker's done. His steering's broken. Yeah.
Oh, Baker's, like I said, Diogo Melrose treated him like he was FC Porto on that occasion, and not happy at all. It was a good battle, wasn't it? And just don't really know what happened there at all.
All this means is that Ben Gregory leads. Second is Bibby. Third is now McFadden. Yeah, third is Stuart McFadden. Masakovic fourth, and Kaiser now in fifth.
Been third for a while, but he's really under pressure from Sakovic, who just seems to have found something else in this second race. Didn't look like he was massively on the pace, Alex, in race one, but
no, not sure, but doing a great job now.
It just shows what a clear track in front of you, or a relatively clear track, can do.
Makes all the difference. Lap by lap as well. Bibby closing in on Gregory as well, and I think he'll get there by the end of this race as well. So we may see a bit of a last lap dash or a win maybe from Bibby.
If we'll see a last lap dash, maybe not too rash, from Sakovic, and he's nudging McFadden here.
Well, he spoke too soon.
These cars on front-wheel drive, guys, please.
I'm just not going to say anything, because it seems like everything I say is resulting in a commentator's curse tonight. I best not say that Ben Gregory's doing well then.
Well, it's only 8/10 now, so we just lost a load of time in this lap. So
yeah, lost 9/10.
Take a little look at that battle.
Ben Gregory, who has led every single lap since the race went green 16 minutes ago. Bibby, well, he's beaten me to a World Series race. Now he's going to try and stop Ben Gregory from winning here. Audi have won one race this season. That was Chris Wood back at Spa, race 3. He won on that occasion, but Audi haven't won a race since.
Oh, well, the Audi drivers will be hoping that Bibby can get this one done for their manufacturer. No manufacturer's championship, but I guess you always root for the car that you've picked. Ben Gregory, look at him having to feather the brake through Coram, Alex. The front end just not wanting to behave itself through that long right-hander.
Yeah, and imagine
great
most
exit from Bibby. Look at this.
Brilliant. Imagine most cars are like that through there as well. Such a long corner.
Oh, well, on we go. This is going to be it then into the first corner. We've got about 3 laps to go here. Into turn 1. Round the outside goes the Audi.
Oh, Bibby. Gregory's got to have a dive into the hairpin. He's going to have a dive into the hairpin. Ben Gregory from a long way back tries to go up the inside.
Got to respond straight away.
Bibby on the outside. Yeah, you've got to respond straight away in that situation. David Baker is back out, and he's just in front of the leaders here. So
Oh, Sakovic v McFadden. That is changing positions on my time screen. It's because they're wheel to wheel going through Palmer's.
Sakovic round the outside in Palmer. Terrific job. And to Agostini. Hard on the brakes. Slight mistake from Sakovic, but McFadden can take advantage in the Ferrari.
Mercedes are starting to rise to the top now, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Mercedes reaching third position now with Sakovic.
Such a stable car, Alex, is the Mercedes AMG GT3. It just invites you to push it hard because it doesn't really do anything that surprises you.
That's the thing. I mean, I enjoy driving it in the GT3 as well. So really, why we chose to do that one for the academy and also for our first full season in the block pan.
Things have kicked off at Agostini. It was Alex Everett this time that did the move up the inside, collided with Jason Rowe. They both spun around and they've lost a few positions to boot.
Kaiser, Harrod, Melrose and Gafenku, very, very close. 3 cars battling it out right now.
Oh, three cars were involved in that. Yeah, he went up the inside. Everett went up the inside of Phillips, Adam, and then unfortunately for Jason Rowe, Everett went in a little hot.
I've seen that move happen before in a real life series, and yeah, it never ends well.
Gregory is right with Bibby again. He might even have a go into the hairpin.
Oh, had to move to the outside though. You're so good on the brakes going into Wilson. How long we got? We have got time for one more lap after this, I believe.
Here we
It'll
go.
be very close, yeah.
Well, Justin Wilson was one of the tallest drivers around in British motorsport and in world motorsport, and it's a tall order for Ben Gregory right now to try and wrestle this race away from Lewis Bibby.
Last time around,
Lewis Hamilton isn't one of the taller drivers around in British motorsport, but that's the corner they're going through now.
I mean, he is a big, yeah, as they go into Oggies. Now into Williams. Now onto the Bentley straight again. See what speeds these two guys can get up to. McFadden and Sakovic have exchanged positions again. What's happened to Diogo Melrose is another pressing question because he is off at Hamilton.
Oh. Melrose, let's see then. Oh, and it was Gafenku who went up the inside into Hamilton and then into Melrose. And off went the Portuguese driver into the Armco.
By the way, Hamilton a corner name. We don't have Hamilton here today. I'm sure I would have jumped in the car and would have hit him personally. But yeah, into the final corner. One more laps to go, I believe. We've got 15 seconds to go. And the gap between the top two is extended a little bit now to 0.7 of a second. We'll see if that is the difference that could get Bibby this win.
Boggy and Sakovic guys side by side on the straight. Last lap of the race.
Mercedes versus Mercedes here as well. Northern Lights versus Team Mad, the two Mercedes teams. This is going to not go well if they get on the grass. But
great,
that is a good move.
Yeah.
He's just got so much confidence in the car, Alex, hasn't he, that he can just
Yep, it's just sticking for him, isn't it?
Yeah. Brilliant work by Nico Foggy, who is still
has been shown.
filling up, I believe, his first year of iRacing, or at least maybe the first year of league racing for him.
20 positions gained for him, 20 positions gained for Harrows. Bart Delman, who started, I believe, in last.
Oh!
He's now trying to get past McFadden.
McFadden.
Yeah, he's trying to get past. Well, Foggy's trying to get past McFadden here. He wants another position here on the final lap.
Well, might get it into Oggies. Oh, Foggy's just got the traction. He's got so much traction in that Mercedes. McFadden doesn't look like he's got a lot of traction left in the Ferrari. Gregory's straining every sinew to try and get closer to Lewis Bibby. But here we go. McFadden versus Foggy into Brundle. Foggy's just got that absolutely nailed. Oh, but he nearly got nailed by the Mercedes. And then a slight tap by the Ferrari into the bomb hole then.
Coram and McFadden just is able to pull clear.
And Gregory thinks about a look into Murray's, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be Lewis Bibby who takes the win here at Snetterton, and it's going to be super, super close for third place. Foggy's got to go the long way around. He's muscling him. to the line. Foggy's going to take the third position.
By 200ths of a second. That was tremendous.
Unbelievable power in that Mercedes, Alex. You just got him. You just seemed to keep pulling and keep pulling.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just crazy, isn't it? You know, I thought McFadden had done the job round the outside, got that position, needed to nail Murray's, and it was done. But yeah, clearly not. That Mercedes sounds like a World War II, you know, fighter plane, and yeah, goes like one as well.
The worst, the thing that surprised me was he didn't really get a very good slipstream, did he? Because he was right behind the car. He didn't really have any momentum to take, and he pulled out the slipstream, and it was just all power from that Mercedes engine.
Yep, just pure grunt.
Crazy. Mercedes doing the business in the GT3 category as well as in the Formula 1 with its engines. Are there still anybody coming across to complete the race?
Yeah, a few actually. We've got Christian Rose that is on his way. Here he comes. He's going to finish in 27th place. And then we've got Pete Newman, who's coming through the final corner as well. Well,
and David Baker.
And Dave Baker, yeah, who's just was able to stay on the lead lap. One car that we did lose on that final lap was Diogo Melro. He had a crash down at the Nelson. He may have well has gone to the Lord Nelson, but he managed to carry on and finish the race in 19th place.
Yeah.
Go to the Winchester and watch it all blow over.
That's it. And Dave Baker, well, he's just
he's hoping the whole BSRTC blows over, I think, in the end.
Extending this business for all of us. 29th for him. Adam, if you could take us through the finishing order then for round 8 of the season.
There we go. Yeah, Baker just passing passing the camera perch where that cameraman got knocked over.
Oh dear.
We haven't had that yet. Lewis Bibby wins.
Couldn't laugh really, but you know, it definitely interesting.
Bibby wins, Gregory second, Foggy third. Bibby's first win of the season, by the way, and Aldi second. Stuart McFadden fourth, fifth for Maciek Sakovic, sixth for Kaiser, seventh Harrod, eighth Gavenku, ninth Bart Delman, and 10th for Ross McFarlane, 11th for Sam Reed, 12th Kieran Roche, 13th Dion Phillips, 14th Union Janowski, 15th Clinton Bell, 16th Alex Everett, 17th Matt Keever, 18th Stephen Dawson, 19th Diogo Melro, and 20th for Jason Rowe, 21st for Scott Malcolm, 22nd Dave Crozier, Matt Bunn finishing in 23rd place, Matt Bunn in 23rd, 24th Chaz Draycott, Josh Rayfield 25th, 26th Vanu Shield, 27th Christian Rose, 28th place finish for Pete Newman, then Dave Baker, and the one retiree in this race, and that is David White, who only got a few meters. He was out in the first corner, the Audi driver, and hopefully he'll be back for race 3. We have got a new reverse.
He got a bit done over, didn't he, David White? I'm afraid.
We have got a new reverse grid wheel for this third and final race of the day. So Alex Simpson, let's give it a spin.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's hope it works. Here we go then. Now it's spinning. Hopefully the music's in the background as well. Thank you, Mr. Kumo, for coming in and doing that for us. Right, might be 36, it might be 28 it is. Just ticked over.
Oh, well, Baker's going to be just devastated because if it was the 30 number, he would have been on the pole. That's going to be Pete Newman is on pole position, Christian Rose second, Andy Shield third, Josh Rayfield fourth, and Charles Draycott's going to be starting in 5th position. So Rayfield started 4th for race 2. He's going to be starting 4th for race 3. But yeah, it's going to be Newman on the pole.
Paul Baker is going to be starting on the back row of the grid with David White. So yeah, 2 guys who aren't going to be particularly happy with proceedings, I don't think. But we're very happy with the action so far here at Snetterton. And I hope you are too. And there's still one more to go. And you can catch that here on Apex Racing TV in just a few minutes' time when we return in the Race Up World GT Championship.
I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given, but honestly You've gotta know that this ain't living, but we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
On the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to the World GT Championship, sponsored by Race Hub from Snetterton Circuit in the United Kingdom, here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse with Adam Bath and Alex Simpson. And Alex, well, race 3 of the day could be quite a good one. We've got quite a big reverse grid, 28 cars, and well, the one person that's going to be quite disappointed with that is David Baker, who finished 29th.
Yeah, he'll be starting at the back, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm sure he'll have a lot of fun working his way through.
That's because he's too slow to be at the front, apparently. So.
But yeah, it's been a good first couple of races. A lot of contact in that second one, usual sort of reverse grid shenanigans. So yeah, let's see what we get this time.
All right, well, Adam, we're just about to go down to the dummy grid, as it were, with behind the safety car. So if you take us to the starting order.
Okay, so starting on the pole position for this one is the Audi of Pete Newman with another Ferrari on the front row. We had Ben Gregory on the front row for race 2, and he won. This time it's Christian Rose, who has won a race this season. He won race 2 at Spa. Andy Shield starting in 3rd, Josh Rayfield 4th, Chaz Draycott in 5th, Matt Bunn starting in 6th to make it 4 Ferraris in the top 10. Then Dave Crozier in 7th, Scott Melker making it 5 Ferraris in the top 10, and then Jason Rowe 9th and Diogo Mauro rounding out the top 10. Stephen Dawson starting in 11th, 12th Matt Keeber, 13th Alex Everett, 14th Clinton Bell, 15th Julian Janowski, 16th Dion Phillips, Kieran Roche in 17th place, 18th Sam Reed, 19th Ross McFarlane and Bart Delman rounding out the top 20. Then it's Gafenku, Pete Harrod, Johan Kaiser, Magic Sakovic, Bill McFadden in 25th place, then Nicole Foggy, who just beat him in a drag race to the line there, and Ben Gregory 27th. In 28th is Bibby, and Dave Baker in 29th, and 30th is going to be David White as the field is rolling and going through Coram and into Murray's now.
Josh Rayfield looking exceptionally racy, shall we say, behind the safety car. Didn't work out too well for his teammate in the previous race, so maybe he needs to just kind of kill his beans slightly, I reckon, on that one. Here we go, we're away. Pete Newman, it's a good start, and for all Rayfield's posturing and motioning, it's not done any good for him at all, and he's going to lose a position to his teammate now.
Hopefully it's all clean going through the first corner this time. Saw a whole load of issues going through it on lap 1. That was fine. Now into Wilson. Usual bumper to bumper stuff going through here.
Good stuff from Pete Newman then leading the way. Andy Shield in 2nd.
Got that right as well, Adam. Yeah, definitely some bumper to bumper action going on.
Everybody made it?
Everyone has made it, mind you. But there was some there was some sideways cars in there. So, but yeah, everybody survives.
We're going to see some into Agostini, I reckon, here, Adam. The BMW up the inside.
Oh dear.
Keever's been hit by Stephen Dawson. Rowley's around.
They were up in the top 15.
Yeah, not anymore. Keever probably going to have to tow back to the pits, or at least drive into the pits, get a fast repair.
Great start by Diogo Melro. He's just overtaken Dave Crozier going onto the Bentley straight. That is him up into 7th position now. Pete Harrod very wide in the background, somehow didn't lose the car. He looked like he was going to be back across in front of everybody, but he was able to hold on to it. Still too wide in places, just in front of him going into Brundle, and off goes Nicole Foggy. It was going so well for him this race meeting. He was turned into Nelson, and there's more issues. There's a McLaren off there as well. That's Harrod, and an Audi. David White.
Alex Everett's gone through on Jason Rowe. Then you've got Stephen Dawson and Julian Janowski trying to make his way through in the Mercedes. Janowski just ahead of the Northern Lights racing car of McFarlane, who's made up some positions.
Yeah, Ross McFarlane, 5 positions gained, one of the biggest movers in the field. The biggest mover so far is Lewis Bibby, who's gained 8 positions in the opening lap.
Janowski having a look in Riches. Gonna try and go up the inside. He throws it into the apex, does Janowski. Dawson saw it coming and goes round the outside. He gets a decent exit. But look at the traction of that Mercedes, Alex.
Yeah, the traction and the grunt. You know, it's got all the grunt, but it's still got all the grip out there as well. So that's why it seems to be having the advantage right now.
Oh, wow. Janowski and Dawson, look how close they are together. And also, I think that's Gafenku getting past Phillips into Agostini. I'm loving this 300 layout, Adam. I think it's brilliant.
Been really good tonight, hasn't it? Cars everywhere, all fighting for the same bit of track. Which isn't much on this circuit. It's the widest track in the world, especially on the infield 300 section.
I must admit, I've not been a big fan of it for the British touring cars, but it's too much bump and run there. But I think for the GT cars, I think they can force the openings a bit better.
Dawson and Rowe, and Janowski, and that's a disaster.
Oh. See what happened there, but it wasn't good for those two.
The Ferrari's destroyed. Dawson, I think, broken.
Oh, and that's Dowman hitting the other Ferrari. That's Dawson's teammate, I think, and that is Clinton Bell.
Yeah, Dawson's car's crocked. He's going to have to come into the pits and get a repair.
Oh, Dowman having a look into Murray's Bend. Stuart McFadden is taking advantage of that one. Adam, sorry.
Alex Everett doing an amazing move around the outside of the first corner on Dave Crozier. That's the BMW now up into 8th place.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it? So they'll be enjoying that one if they're watching from the BMW factory. I'm sure they're not. Let's face it.
Oh dear, something's happened. Sam Reed, Dion Phillips, both dropping down the order.
They were mysteriously running together, so I can imagine what's happened. Alex, have you got the evidence?
Yeah, well, we were just watching that overtake back as well, so I'll stick with the replay, and we should see what. Oh well, Reed was just absolutely, punted from behind there.
Nice and easy, that one.
Bart Delman towing back to the pits, so which is there. Dion Phillips had to tow back as well, so we've got 3 cars that have towed back to the pits. Bell, Phillips, and Delman inside the opening 3 laps.
Got a nice race developing at the front, Adam. We've got the 2 Audis, we've got the 2 Ferraris, and then we've got the Mercedes of Melrose and the Ferrari of Draycott. That's your top 6.
Mercedes and Melrose really looking racy here as he's trying to apply the pressure onto Matt Bunn going through the bomb hole here and now into Coram.
Well, remember, Diogo Melrose qualified 2nd for the race meeting tonight, so he's got legitimate pace in that car, legitimate front-running pace. Only lost out to Nico Foggy by about 3 seconds. Got the run here on the Matt Bunn.
Either they're just lapping the Ferrari there of Dawson. Sorry, Clinton Bell, I should say. Going through the first corner then. See if Melrose can do anything going into Wilson here. Well, Matt Bunn covers the inside line. Now
Nice
Melrose trying to go for the cutback on the exit. He does get fantastic drive, which the Mercedes has been doing all race meeting here.
It just absolutely flies out the corner, doesn't it? Brilliant under acceleration, the Mercedes. Ferrari enjoys the slow corners. Not going to enjoy being pressured by Diogo Melrose. Matt Bunn doing a good job so far. One of the series admins, of course. Bunn's in 4th. No wonder he's doing so well.
Bunn's currently in 4th place here. Yeah, doing a good job. And it's the 2nd of the Ferraris, helping out his teammate Christian Rose quite a bit here because Melrose is really struggling to try and find any way past Matt Bunn here as we go onto the Bentley straight again.
There's an issue for Kaiser. We're just seeing a replay of it. Oh, he tries to come through. There's sort of an overtake ahead of him. It's really Kaiser trying to go for an opportunist move there, and yeah.
Oh,
backfired.
Fantastic, Diogo Melrose. That was brilliant.
Outside move at Brundle.
We'll get that.
And Diogo Melrose using the power of the Mercedes, having the confidence on the brakes there to usurp Matthew Bunn.
Sam Reed, what has he done? He's out, and he's already been in the pits. So
he was all the way down in, all the way down the field, I think. Anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like he might have just given up. I think. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. He's done for the day.
Gregory versus Harrod. Have you seen the move by Melrose yet, Alex?
Yeah, it was a good move.
They're done using that power. Gregory having a look into Murray's. Problem is, if you only make only have half a look there. Look how much time it's cost him, Alex. That just poking his nose out through Coram.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Gregory. I can't find him on track.
Sorry, 19.
Thank you.
Yeah, he had a half a look into Murray's and
whenever you have a
he's
little
lost
half
nearly
look,
a second.
yeah, whenever you have a half look, it just doesn't work, does it?
Nope. Very nearly won that second race. Ben Gregory having a good meeting.
Barlin has just overtaken Josh Rayfield. He's now up into 9th position. A nice five car scrap going on here. You've got the Ferrari of Rayfield, then you've got Gofenku and Lewis Bibby, the race 2 winner in the Audi, doing well. 16 positions gained him, biggest mover in the field so far.
Well, Rayfield looking a lot more controlled in this race than he did in first 2. Still finding it a handful, I think, that Ferrari. Onto the Bentley straight now.
Ross McFarlane just overtook Dave Crozier, and now Crozier wants that position back. And Gofenku through as well. Bibby!
Oh, now the Audi wants a bit of it. Who's that coming in?
That was Bibby.
Bibby.
Yeah, 17 positions gained now for Bibby as he gets the move done around the outside of the bomb hole.
Newman's still leading from Shield. Half a second, Alex, and you reckon they'll just be hoping it stays like this?
Yeah, exactly that. I think as long as they're not getting too much pressure from Rose behind, they're not going to push each other too much.
I don't think Rose got the pace on Matt Bunn, really, but although Bunn's now dropped back, so I say that.
DQRS line haven't won a race yet this season either, so they'll be hoping to get the business done there. They've got a good lineup, haven't they? They've got Newman, Deal and David White, but... And off goes Dave Crozier. Oh, and I thought he was going to collect Josh Rayfield with him as he rejoined the circuit, and Crozier's had to tow back to the pits. That's car done in.
Not what he would have wanted then. Team mad, team principal. Side by side between Roach and
Harrod,
the McLarens. I think it's Harrod, yeah.
Up the inside into Brundles. Then, yeah, Pete Harrod through.
Harrod into 17th position.
6 positions gained for Pete Harrod in this one. Of course, he did so well in race 2. Had to start at the back in race 3.
Look at Melro, Adam, sorry. All over him into Coram. Christian Rose. We're under a lot of pressure.
I think it's clear now that the Mercedes is the best car on the circuit. Don't know if it's even too late to rule out Maurer with a chance of winning this one if he's able to get past the Ferrari hit.
Well, here we go then. Oh, look at that! And look at the grip of that Mercedes. Just completely... They can just throw the car in, Alex. It just seems to stick.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just a bit more downforce than anything else out there, and all the power it needs as well.
Oh no! Oh, for a moment I was worried that Bibby was had lost it, but was just a brief blink in and out, and he was back again.
So there are cars that are faster than the Mercedes in terms of the straight line speed and various things, and say in the slow corners, but it has the traction on the corner exit, it has the power down the straights, and it has good downforce.
Now it's going to be really interesting to see how quick it takes for Diogo Maurer to get up to the back of Shield and Newman. Because the gap is, what, 1.3 seconds between... Just taking the gap out corner by corner, isn't he, now that he's got the clear air?
Well, again, Melro, he did qualify on the front row, so you would expect this to some extent. Alex Everett, by the way, doing a bang-up job in the BMW in 7th place. Then the Northern Lights racing car of McFarlane. I don't think McFarlane's going to get any further really up the field from the 8th position he's got to. He is up by 11 places from where he started. Gofenku up 12 spots, Lewis Bibby 18 places again, and 17 for Baker as well, so going well. And Baker having a look on Josh Rayfield.
Yeah, just going through Nelson now. Baker, who started, pretty much stone dead last after missing out in the reverse grid wheel for the final race of the day. Now trying to get past the Ferrari in front, car 96 Josh Rayfield, who has found the car a bit of a handful, well, from what we've seen of him today.
Looks like he hasn't quite got the balance right. The setup this week.
Diogo Melro, as soon as he got by Christian Rose, put in, well, what was the quickest lap of anybody, a 44.9. That was bettered by Gafenku, who did a 44.5, but they're both Mercedes and they're both lapping quick.
Yeah, they are on the assault, aren't they, the Mercs? But it looks like, Alex, the Audis have got it covered. I think they maybe got a little bit in hand.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Well, let's have a look. Newman did a 45.4 on that last lap, 45.2 for Shield, and a 44.9 for Diogo Melrose. So a few tenths getting taken out there. We'll see if that leads to anything. We've only got just under 7 minutes to go in this one, so we'll see if Melrose is able to use it to his advantage in the closing stages.
The Audi is quite a quick car in a straight line as well, so I think
a quick car full stop. It's just a handful compared to the Merc, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they do get out the corner as well. That's kind of their strong point. So, you know, I think they slow in, fast out. You know, it'll be very difficult for Melrose to get a run. I think at this point, Shield's getting a little bit like, you know, what's going on here? We're getting closed out. Oh, we've got 6 minutes. We need to go.
You can tell, can't you, by the way the car's moving around?
Yeah, all of a sudden he just looks a bit like, you know, come on, give him the hurry up to Pete. So he might want to get by his teammate here.
Hurry up or get out of the way, yeah. Well, this is where we see, does Newman have anything left in that Audi R8? Adam, what do you think?
Find out. Over the line, 45.4, 45.5, 44.6. That's nearly a 0.8 of a second swing between Pete Newman and Diogo Melro on that last lap. He is right on it now with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and he's, you know, he's going to be in striking distance of Shield. Maybe by the end of the straight here, going towards Agostini. Look at the exit he got again. Just absolutely nails that part of the course, does Diogo Melro.
Look at the gap between Melro and Christian Rose already as well. Christian Rose is just a speck in the distance.
Yeah, and Bun is closing in at about a tenth a lap, and that's about all he is doing. Not a great deal more than that. Alex Everett's still in 6th, and he's actually catching Matt Bun, I think Everett is. 45.9, yeah, Bun 46.6. In fact, Rose was quicker by half a second on that previous lap over his teammate.
Looking at the lap times.
Richard Gafenku 9th and Lewis Bibby 10th.
Just looking at the best lap times.
Melrose, sorry, past Andy.
What, already?
Andy made a mistake and got a really poor exit. He's still up the inside.
Oh,
well.
Well, that curtails Melrose's chance of winning this one, I have to say.
That's one way to get rid of him, isn't it? He's just hit Diogo Melro.
Flashing the lights, well, that's denied us a bit of a last minute or a last lap surge. It looks like
serious damage. Yeah, his car is toast. The looks like the suspension is.
No, I think he was just serving a slowdown, wasn't he?
Serving a slow. He has got suspension damage, though, it looks like. Go on board and see if is he holding the wheel. He's holding. Oh, it looks okay.
So Andy would have made the corner if Melro hadn't slowed him down, to be honest.
No, I think
certainly would have been massively compromised for the next bit. You can understand why he brakes late there.
Be an interesting one in the eyes of the stewards, probably, that one.
Yeah, I'm sure that will get looked at, though.
What this means is that Pete Newman now has a 2-second advantage around the Shield. Yeah, Christian Rose now in 3rd, Diogo Melro down to 4th as a result of that. It's not out of the question that Melro could get back on the podium, but his chances of breaking into the top 2 almost dashed.
I think he would have been fine without the slowdown. I think he could have only got close again, but yeah, the slowdown cost another 3 seconds.
I was just before that happened, I was just going to bring up the best lap time set during the race, and the only car that's been able to get anywhere near the Mercedes lap times during this race has been David Baker and his McLaren. Everyone else has been doing mid-45s.
Which would make sense, looking at, you know, like I say, Baker's qualifying performance, his first race performance where he was 3rd. I think that's, yeah, and the McLarens in general doing pretty well. Oh, there's a car off actually there.
Oh,
spin-offs. Oh, it's not
upside down. Sorry guys, Pete Harrod flipping. He was having a great little battle. Somehow the car's managed to land back on its wheels. He might be able to keep going, but
it's with McFadden, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, and Harrod, it's Harrod into McFadden.
Well, Jason Plato flipped over there. Flipped over there a few years ago.
Flipping over, and is he
he's landed
in the race?
But landed right next to the portable toilet. No, he doesn't need
Well,
that.
I mean, that is...
I'm sure he would have done one in the car.
I was about to say, after flipping upside down a few times, I'm sure he, yeah, he's already done that.
Well, too far away from the
and
ball,
Draycott guys as well now. They're going at it. 2 minutes to go.
Yep.
Baby straight through. Honestly, the Ferrari just looks awful now.
Oh no, there's a Mercedes slow in the middle of the track. It's Gavenku.
It's Gavenku. What happened?
I don't know what he was doing there.
What happened to Richard Gavenku?
Getting a replay, see if we can see what happened.
It's impossible to get a slowdown through there. Don't know whether something happened. Well, it looks like he's back up to normal pace now.
Yeah, the Mercedes slow in the middle of the circuit.
He just got off the gas. Either our pedal died. Weird.
Doesn't look like it's fully got back to normal. He's now really under pressure from Dave Baker here. He's looking up the inside into Hamilton.
Yeah, that's weird. It sounded like something was a miss almost, but...
Don't want to put a ball under the pedal.
Oh, who's that?
Very
just behind Baker and co running wide.
Ferrari? What is it, Rayfield?
I think it was a back marker actually, so we're okay.
Okay. Right, just under a minute to go. Andy Shield has closed the gap to Pete Newman quite a bit. Go on.
Sorry, Jason Rowe up the inside of Foggy in the hairpin. Maybe he's defending from Foggy actually.
Oh, damage from Foggy's car as well.
Yeah, Foggy after he went off at Nelson earlier
One more
on.
lap then.
One more lap to go. The gap has been halved. It was 2 seconds a while ago. Now it's down to 9 tenths.
Foggy round the outside. Sorry, boys, to interrupt there. But yeah, now we're looking at the battle for the lead. But that was a great move by Foggy.
Melrose. It's Melrose, and he's through into third.
He has to cover off the Ferrari here into Wilson. Christian Rosedew, can he get an exit worthy? Try and challenge into either into Palmer or into Agostini.
Don't think so. Melrose on fire. He set the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. The fastest lap of the race on the last lap, on the penultimate lap, 44.7.
Rose flashes his lights at Melrose. Melrose flashes the lights back. Says, I'm through and I'm staying through, says Diogo Melrose. Alex Everett, the BMW is caught right up to the back of Matt Bunn and Ross McFarlane now. But McFarlane's just passed the BMW, but
Gregory's been hit or spun or he spun again. Oh no, it's not going at all well for him here. Oh well, it started with him diving up the inside of the pink Mad car. That's Jason Rowe. Then it looks like Janowski spins him around. Yeah.
Oh. Well, been up and down for Ben Gregory this meeting. I think he's driven well, but seems to have been on the end of a few things. Newman coming through final sector for the final time. Going to be a CQRS line 1-2 here at Snetterton. Through Coram into Murray's. Round the tight left-hander, powers out in the Audi and takes the first win for CQRS line in the season. And Audi's first win since Phillip Island, Adam.
Well, since race 2. Bibby won.
Oh, this is close to him across the line.
Yeah, Ross McFarlane comes across. Keeper and Janowski close as well. And that's because Janowski's got issues. That's why everyone's going past him.
Yeah, ignore that. That was my Paul Smith moment, I think, of the of our interviews with him. Never seemed to go well.
Yeah, McFadden going to come across the line and take what is 13th place for him. Oh, he's just nowhere today.
Yeah, I think struggling a bit, aren't they? Oh,
what's happened now?
Somebody came in and hit McFadden. I think it was Foggy.
Oh, Sakovic versus Harrod here. This is going to be a drag race to the line.
Oh, what's... Is he out of fuel, Sakovic, is he? I don't know, he's weaving around. I think he's just trying to break the toe.
That is
it.
it.
Battle there at the end. And that's 2 former Club Series champions. In fact, out of the 5 Club Series seasons, Adam, those 2 took 3 of the titles between them.
First season for Sakovic, the next 2 for Pete Harrod, so they know each other well. In fact, I think they may have been both teammates at one point.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll take you through the finishing order then, please, Adam.
Okay, let's run you through the finishing order. Pete Newman, Andy Shield wins. Pete Newman wins, I should say. Andy Shield second, making it a Seacar Estalon 1-2. Diogo Melra finishing in third position. That's his second visit to the podium tonight. Then Christian Rose finishing in fourth, the first of the Ferraris, and his teammate Matt Bunn in fifth. Ross McFarlane in sixth, seventh Alex Everett, eighth Lewis Bibby, ninth Chaz Draycott, and 10th position for Richard Gofenku. Dave Baker finishing in 11th, 12th Josh Rayfield, 13th place finish for Stuart McFadden, then Nicole Foggy, Sharon Kaiser 15th, 16th Jason Rowe, Kieran Roche 17th, and then the two Ferraris of Keeber and Gregory, despite things spun around there at the end. Janowski's damage meant he finished in 20th place in the end. Magic Sakovic 21st, 22nd for Pete Harrod, and then the cars that encountered issues during the race: Stephen Dawson, Dave Crozier, David White, Scott Malcolm, Sam Reed, Dion Phillips, Clinton Bell, and Bart Delman, all having issues, and most of them were out of the race very early on indeed.
Yeah, they were, and having said that, it was a fantastic meeting that we've had here at Snetterton, and pretty well driven, Alex, throughout, and not really too many big incidents. So I think a success.
Yeah, I think it was a good meeting. Definitely a lot calmer than the first couple, so moving in the right direction, I think.
You're right, and it's always good to see all the different manufacturers up there, Adam, and hopefully we'll get a closer race in terms of the balance of performance at the next meeting we are at, which is
Interlagos.
So yeah, I'm sure that'll be good. There'll be several cars, I think, that are good around the Sao Paulo circuit. Right then, everybody, thank you for watching us here on Apex Racing TV. We will be back in just a couple of hours' time, actually, for the Rick Matek Sports Car Series. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to a great race there as the season draws to a close. Okay, right, thank you very much, everybody. And we will join you in just a few hours' time.